Thought I'd take a stroll today. Take a little stroll and have a chat to you. I'm beginning to think that my usefulness, I suppose, sitting at home in the chair, has started to wane doing the monologues. I've spent, what, 15 months now talking about what's going on, exploring some of the themes, and of course interviewing some amazing people. And as you'll know, I started off questioning everything, saying what is going on, what's it all about, Alfie? And then coming to the conclusion, of course, as we all have done, going down these rabbit holes and looking at the dark side of what's happening, and then thinking, blimey, okay, that's terrible, looking at what the government's doing, looking at what the Agenda 21 to Agenda 30, the depopulation of the world, the spraying of the skies, the poisoning of the water, the poisoning of the food, the chemicals all over the world, the suicide mission of net zero, all of this, and spent these 15 months exploring it, talking about it, and then thinking about the solutions. And each morning I'd get up and try and find a different way of expressing my concern or ideas, like Biggleswick, and suggesting that perhaps if people are upset with the way things are with their councils, that they could turn their back on the council and they could do their own thing. Why do we need them if they're not doing as we want? Spoken about democracy and how actually it should be the people that are coming up with the ideas and telling the government through their representatives what to do. And yet everything is turned upside down, of course. And that if we don't like it, we should do something about it. I notice now that people are beginning to set up things like Council Watch and things like that have been of some use now. And I remember talking about these sort of ideas back in March, April time, suggesting that we should be putting the government onto notice, that we should be telling them that we are watching them, that we are exploring those ideas, and whether we agree with them or not. Just going to pass this gentleman on his bicycle. There we go. Oh, and a chat with a dog, so bear with me as I come along here. Morning.
Morning. She's friendly.
Oh, hello.
Just wants to say hello.
Hello. How are you?
Just wondering what you got.
Yeah, fair enough. It's an overcast day today. Oh, hello. Gas. Always get a bit suspicious when I see them digging up the roads, because I'm just thinking, oh yeah, this is part of the infrastructure that's going to be there to poison us all with radiation, but actually that was gas. We had the roads dug up for new super duper highway of, well, internet stuff. Just trying to work out where's the best place to go to be quiet away from the main road. I want to get down to the beach if I can, so just bear with me as I come through this busy area. It's the 8 o'clock bell, as it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, the point I'm trying to get to, and I apologise if there's wind and stuff on the microphone or the noise of the cars. I'm going to take a diversion if I can in a minute to get away with them. So maybe I'll do that now, because it can be quite noisy on this microphone. Bear with me and I shall be back by the magic of editing. I'm back. So we've learnt, oh, it's nice to see daffodils are just coming out down there as we're coming out of February. I'm walking through one of the parks in Worthing where I live, down towards the seafront. So it's good to get that early morning light, even though it's incredibly cloudy, and probably they were controlling the weather last night to keep us down and depressed. Anyway, we have learned, have we not, that sorry about the wind, the councils, the government, the police, the NHS, the authorities. Look at this, by the way. Isn't that lovely? We've learnt that they're all corporations, that this is corporate Britain that we live in, that everything is about extracting money from us, our energy effectively, in this fiat currency debt society that we live in. And we've come up with the solutions, and we know what we need to do. At least I know what I need to do, and part of that solution is to get back to the land, to get back to growing things, to get back to rearing animals, to get back to proper husbandry. And now I'm frustrated because I know what the solution is. We spent time looking at the problem, we spent time looking at the solutions. Now I want to do the solutions. I want to get back to doing that. I want to see more communities away from the digital world. And when I say I mean I think this is what we need. I just think that we need to get back a closer relationship with nature. It's old. I think this is a London plane here. It might not be actually. Can't see the leaves, but the bark is reminiscent of that. But that's what I think that we need to do. We need to do. Oh, this is a London plane over here. We need to do much more of that. You can see this because it's like the old car key. And I miss going out for walks. I miss being in the countryside after 15 months of sort of sitting in the chair, doing the monologues and interviewing people, which it was necessary to do, but I'm itching to get back out there now. And so I suppose what I'm trying to get to is the fact that I'm going to be winding up the interviews on the channel. I've got probably another couple of weeks of interviews, and as we get into March, I want to get out, look for land, I want to talk to farmers, I want to understand husbandry, I want to talk to people who are growing stuff, and I want a simpler life. I want to get away from the concrete, the tarmac, the noise of the cars, the pollution. I want to have more time. I don't want to be ruled by the clock as such. I want to be more in tune with nature, working with the time scale of the planet, and less with sitting in front of screens answering emails. It's been fantastic to communicate with people, and I'm not saying I'm going to disappear, because I want to take you with me. My skill, if anything, is, I guess, of a filmmaker, and I want to learn the whole farming thing. I want to have pigs with the lovely Julia, and I want to have bees with her, and grow stuff and slowly, you know, develop. And I know people say, oh, but farming doesn't pay, you need to have big equipment and all of that, but I disagree. I think we need to get back to small farms, as I mentioned in I think my vlog yesterday. It's another London plane here. Our towns are swelling, and we're increasingly building on the land that we have. We need these open spaces, we need the places for nature, but we're also seeing the small businesses being pushed down on by this corporate Britain, and we need to see an end to that. We need to see the small businesses thriving. We need to get back to the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. We need people who are happy in their lives. We need people thriving again, people who can do things with their hands and find pleasure. Yes, we've got technology to help us, but we don't need robots to do everything for us. What are you going to do with that time? What are you going to do with that so-called time that you have now saved yourself because robots are doing everything, that leisure? where is the pride? Where is the pleasure of creating things? You can only perhaps paint a few pictures or make a few candles or dig the garden so many times until boredom comes in, unless it's your job, unless it's your work, unless you're creating things for one another, unless you're giving your time to other. Look, crocuses are out, which is nice to see. Beautiful array of colour here. As I say, it's just after 8 in the morning and people are going to work. Here's a cherry tree. You can recognise a cherry tree, of course, by these sort of little streaks, horizontal anomalies in the bark, like that. Beautiful. Another London plane over there. So I miss all of this, and I'm desperate to get back to it and get out of the house more and not be constrained by the computer. And so in March, that's the plan. That's the plan for me, and I will take you with me, of course, because I'm so used to doing these vlogs and podcasts and things for so long. So anyway, that's really all I wanted to say. I think my usefulness in spouting concepts and ideas from the chair is over. I need now to get up and get out and be doing stuff. And it'll take a bit of time, obviously, but I think that's where I'm going. So anyway, thank you for watching and walking down with me out on a quiet, what is it, Tuesday morning. I'll see you next time.